10.
Hello and welcome to Rural Rapport today. I'm Kristine Flyinghawk. I'm the Native Communities Manager for CFRA, and I am here with Angelina Magerl. She is our on-the-ground person in Macy and covers the Omaha Reservation. So I'm really thrilled to have her on staff. She's done a great job at presenting workshops and getting stuff lined up for our community members. So Angelina, can you share a little bit about some of the workshops that you have been hosting?
Sure. So when I first started here at the center, it was in late August. And so what I was working on was workshops in September and going forward in the fall months, which is actually pretty convenient because it was the perfect time to start harvesting and foraging for Grow Wild here. And I haven't been foraging for years because I haven't lived on the reservation for so long, but coming back, it was fun. Like, it takes you back to when you were a kid and harvesting all of these things. Of course, when you're a kid, you're kind of doing it against your will because lots of little hands can do more. So it was fun, and I was able to, take my son, even though he's older, with me and, teach him and stuff. But we were able to harvest wild plums and apples from the various trees that grow around on the different reservations. We were able to harvest black walnuts and some wild rose hips, and then also do some workshops with those things, like doing food presentations and how to prepare them and also how to preserve them. Because when you are harvesting, you do get large amounts of things. So when we had all of the plums that we harvested, those actually go bad pretty fast. So we had to do the workshop right away, clean them and document how we where we harvested from, how we washed them, how we kept them, and then what we did to prepare them to make the preserves that we did. And we try to do things in a way that's simple, that people can do at home. Like, we're not trying to make everything difficult and make it to where you have to go and buy all of this equipment and stuff, because money is a thing and space is a thing, having the space to keep all of this equipment. So we try to do things to make it more accommodating for people. So we did some refrigerator preserves, and that's something, we don't have a refrigerator, and it was easy. It's something that's not gonna take too much. Like, we used an immersion blender and a big pot and some canning jars. So it wasn't super difficult, and everybody caught on and was able to participate in the workshop. And the same thing with our apple butter canning. We were able to demonstrate the canning process and how to store everything and how long it's going to keep, and other types of things that you can can.
And those are great opportunities for people to take those harvests and process them and sell them at things like our farmers markets. Yes.
And that's that's also something that we kind of encourage people to do, is to take advantage of the resources that we have available to us. And these are things that are they do have cultural significance to us, to our diets, to our bodies. Even our bodies are going to recognize these things and use them more readily than something that's processed or something that's unfamiliar. That's also something that we try to teach in our workshops, also, is the nutritional value of these things, and how they are more nutrient dense than some of the foods you're going to find in the grocery store. And so that's where the cooking demonstrations come into play, and it becomes important because when we think of these things, we think of them as traditional foods, and they're prepared traditionally, and we only have them certain times, certain ceremonies, but we can also incorporate them into our diets for our everyday meals. And that's some of the things we try to teach in the workshops, is incorporate the foods that we're harvesting into things that you can cook every day.
Awesome. You mentioned you harvested rose hips also. Can you tell us a little bit about that workshop that you did?
Yes, that's one we just did yesterday in the evening. We harvested some wild rose hips around on the Winnebago Reservation. They do grow, they're pretty abundant everywhere on the Omaha Reservation and on the Winnebago Reservation. And we were able to do a workshop on how to make tea out of them. And we went over some of the nutritional value of the tea and the medicinal value. Excuse And we also did some other native herbs and plants and stuff. We had some cedar tea, some corn silk tea, and then chamomile also grows wild here, so we had some chamomile. But we explained all of that stuff, and then people were able to blend some of the herbs together and take some home.
Oh, neat. You also mentioned that you did a black walnut workshop. So people have walnuts in their yards, and people have several, and so they have these giant wads of walnuts. Can you tell us a little bit about how you the steps you took to achieve breaking one of those?
Yeah, I was surprised at how many people were asked questions and like showed up to the workshop, because well, actually I am, and I yes and no, I'm surprised because there are so many black walnut trees here, like a significant amount, to where like you can drive by on some of the roads here in town and just see them like on the side of the road, just falling off the trees. And they're a lot. They are messy though. We wanted to do the workshop because they are so abundant, and it is a resource that kind of goes to waste because they're very hard to process. It's well, not hard. They're very labor intensive to process. There's a lot of steps that go into them, and then also removing the meat out of them. The shells of black walnuts are very hard. So you do need some tools, some actual tools to get the meat out. But we explain the process of when to harvest. Never pull them off the tree, pick them up off the ground. It's dirty. Sometimes there's bugs in them, but everything has its job, you know. But we explained how to cure them, how to dry them out, how to wash them, and then also how to process them, how to take the meat out, and what we explained traditionally what they were used in, the traditional dishes that they were used in. And then we also had some food. We made a cake, and we incorporated them in the recipe. And so everybody was able to share their stories also. That's what we like having at our workshop, is a meal to share with people, because everybody has a story. And so it's nice to hear everybody's story.
Awesome. So coming up, you have a very exciting event for market vendors and enthusiasts of supporting small business.
Yeah.
So our winter market is coming up. Can you let us know a little bit about what's going to be available, when it is?
Yeah. So our Omaha Nation Winter Market is going to be on Saturday, December 11th. It's going to be from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We have about 3 spaces available left. We opened up our vendor spaces for free to make it more accommodating for locals to be able to come and sell. It's going to be at the Walt Hill Fire Hall, and that's on the Omaha Reservation. So we try to be encouraging for locals to come and sell their products, because that's an outlet. Like, there's not a lot of outlets available for local vendors to have access to something like that. That's affordable, that has electricity, and that's going to be promoted for them, because sometimes, like as a vendor myself, a lot of times you have to promote your own business yourself. Nobody does it for you. So it's a smaller community, so I think it's going to be a benefit for the vendors, and it gives people a chance to be seen, to be familiarized with you and with your product. I'm excited because I haven't been to one. I've been to the farmers market in Winnebago, and I'm excited to have one of our vendors from there to come, because I purchased her product, and she does have a very quality product. So I'm excited to have her be a part of the market, but also to see some of the other vendors that come out, like to see what everybody has. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to be selling beadwork and ribbon work. I have somebody that wants to sell ledger art. We have people that are going to be selling baked goods, cookies, different types of pastries, and just different handmade crafts. So I just encourage everybody to come out and just get familiar with your community. We're planning on having the farmers market this spring, so we'll probably be asking some of our vendors to come back. So it's good to have that consistency and seeing your familiar face every time you come to the market.
You bet. Well, I am super excited to come and check everything out. I hope that everyone watching, you can schedule a little time on December 11th to pop in. Again, it's at the Walt Hill Fire Hall from 9 to 2. So thanks for sharing about some of the stuff that you've had going on in your program, Angelina. And
Thanks for having me. Oh, if I could go over some of the things we have coming up.
you bet.
Next week, we're going to be doing a floral arranging class. We're going to have a floral arranger from LA coming in, and he's going to be doing a floral arrangement class. Thanksgiving's coming up, so it's kind of like a centerpiece. That's also an idea for somebody that wants to have a garden, grow some flowers. Floral arrangements. But if you want to come to that workshop, it's going to be on November 17th, and we're going to do that at the NICC campus in Macy at 6 p.m. And we're going to provide all of the flowers and the pots and everything. So all you have to do is come, and it'll be really fun. And then we're going to be planning some workshops for January coming up. They're going to be series workshops, so we need, we need the no holidays and blocked out dates or anything. So we're going to be doing some beadwork and ribbon work and different types of arts. And also in December, we're doing our sourdough bread workshop. It's not really a traditional food, but it does, I think it's important to learn our different options we have as far as bread, because it is something that is familiar in our diets, that has been introduced into our diets, and sometimes it's hard to break away from that. Sourdough bread is a tiny bit healthier. We're going to explain how it's made. We're going to give away sourdough starters, so people can sell. Sourdough bread has a little bit lower glycemic index, so it is that is beneficial to people that are diabetic or have high blood sugar problems.
Awesome. Was there anything else that you were wanting to share with us before we sign off today?
I think I'm good, but if anybody has any ideas or feedback on workshops you've been to, or ideas for future workshops that you want to see in the Omaha community, just shoot me an email or give me a call and let me know, and I would be more than happy to look into it and schedule something. Because I always want to have something that people are going to be interested in.
Great. Awesome. Well, thank you, and everyone have a great day.